howdy. So if you caught my TikTok post earlier, I did a real quick run through on how to do a one-page wonder. Okay, this is the prototype. I got it on the wrong side, just so you could see clearly. And what I have is a 12 by 12 sheet, and I scored it at 3, 6, and 9. I rotated it, scored it at 4 and then 8. Now, after that, never mind these smaller cuts, I came to the 3-inch score line and trimmed down to where it meets at the 4-inch. And then I came up on the same 3-inch score line to where it meets at the 8. I trimmed that. I also trimmed on the 6-inch score line the same way, from the top of the page down to the 4, and from the bottom of the page up to the 8. Then on the 12-inch edge of the paper, along the 4-inch score, I cut all the way into the 6-inch, and then on the 8-inch score, I did the same thing, all the way into the 6-inch. Keeping these pretend like these are still attached. What I did is I decided I wanted these to flip up and make some flaps. So that's where you can see I made my little cuts. I didn't do any measurements. I just went ahead and snipped it to see if that's what I wanted. With these other two pieces, they're going to be going into this end. It's going to make a little 5-6 page, depending on how you treat that last page book. These are going to come up to make little pockets, and these are going to become flaps. It's going to fold up to where this goes here, and then the whole thing sandwiches up. I have a couple extra pieces, and I thought, well, what I could do is attach that there, bring it around, attach this other one to make, place that'll keep it closed. This one of these, I can put it then on the back here, which will hide that little part of the strap, I guess you can call it. And the other one, I could put that in here as yet another pocket. So when you open this up, you're going to have a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-page book, a little pocket, and 2 pockets with the flaps. Okay, this will hide one of the straps, and this will become the other one. So there's no scraps in this. However, after I got done doing the prototype, I started looking at my little journal that I've been working on for, actually, I just started working on it. I've had the signatures forever. I'm just now getting to playing around on the inside, and if you remember, I just did this little section here with the butterfly tags. Okay, I'm going to go with the bird cages. I think I'm going to mount them on something on the black, especially this one. I like it that with these roses. I haven't done anything with the front. Chances are it too will be mounted on black. And I do want this little booklet, that one-page wonder booklet that I'm doing, to come in for something in this book. So I tossed away all my decorative papers. I put them aside. I said I don't really want to mess with any patterns. I don't want to mess with what side's up, what side's down. And I want something that's going to go with my little book. I got a piece of feed bag. Just one of the layers inside. If you have dogs, you'll be familiar with. We have chickens, so there's never not a paper bag around here somewhere. The only thing I need to do is cut it down to 12 by 12. I'm going to leave the wrinkles. Actually, it might end up even more wrinkles than what it is. And then I'm going to do exactly what I did to make this little one-page thing. And you can have it fold up any way you want, really. But I kind of like the little book with the 2 little pockets. And I like the way it folds. It's small, and I'll be able to make an insert in my book pocket in my book, and for it to go in and out. So what I'm going to do is trim up a piece of the brown paper from one of my feed bags. It's probably from the chicks feed bag. I'm just going to give it a good trim. Trying to get it as straight as I can, all things considered. It is a feed bag. So, and I use the center layer. If you start looking at your bags, your dog food or chicken or whatever kind of animal feed bag you might have, or know somebody who has them, they have these huge sheets of usually 2 layers of the brown before you get into whatever layer they put the print on. So let me make sure I got stickers everywhere, y'all. I'm having a sticker lunch. Okay. But yeah, if you know someone, plenty of brown paper. And this is what I like to use to make the faux leather from a paper bag things that I do. It's usually a feed bag because it's a good strong paper. And you can always use that the middle layer, which doesn't touch the feed. Well, at least it's not supposed to. All right, let me get this trimmed down to 12 by 12. Ooh, I could just come close, huh? Try to get it straight. And I have no idea if this is going to work. This is my first try at this. And it's a good way to help, you know, keep some of this junk out of our landfill. Have that off there. So we're going to pretend like this is a piece of 12 by 12 decorative paper. Okay. Let me see my little. All right. Now, oops. Let me get that back up in there where it belongs. Okay. So, first thing we're going to do, score this at what would be the 3. Let's see, I might have to, no. I'm going to say I might have to trim it some more, but it looks pretty good. Let me do this edge right here right quick. Oop, let's not do that. Make sure I didn't move it too far anyway. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it because I can't really tell right. Looks good to me here, so I don't know. Alright, so we're going to score it at the 3. What would be 3 inch? And I'm going to score it real good. Maybe a couple, 3 times here. At the 3 inch, and then 6. And yeah, I have my paper over, so my numbers on my mat don't match what I'm saying. Okay, and then yeah, 3 inches. So you should have 4 3-inch sections. I'm going to rotate it. Let's see. And then I'm going to score it at 4 inches and then at 8 inches. And for me, that's going to be on the 8 and 12. I could iron this paper too, just to help flatten it out. I don't want to really get rid of the wrinkles. I kind of like them. They're like me. Okay, so now to fold this, first thing let's cut it first because it can be kind of complicated. Okay, so this is the right side up. And we'll turn that like it would be you looking at it, so it's upside down to me. Okay, this would be the 3, 6, 9, 4, and 8. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim in on the 3-inch score line down to that 4-inch score. The 6-inch one, we're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, turn it around, and then again on the 3 and the 6 up to what would be the 8-inch score line. Okay, now that leaves you this large section and then these two. These two are what's going to be folded up and down. So the bottom ones are going to go up. And these will come down. These will be what will be your flaps if you decide to do that. Or you can leave them as flip up, you know, and flip down sections, okay? On this part, which will be your book, you're going to remove the 2 sections, okay? You're going to leave the center and take off the top 2. And the top and the bottom. There's 1. And 2. Okay, these are going to be your pages of the book. Now you can sew them in, you can tape them, you can glue them, whatever tickles your fancy. I'm going to get mine kind of folded and scored halfway decent here if I can. And this one too. Folder. And then you can put your pages in however you want them. You may have to trim to keep things from, you know, rubbing against each other. You take a little bit off on the ends, you know, between these two and these. Now, my little book here. There we go. These will go up. These will go down. This one will come in. And then you'll fold the whole thing in half to create your little book with your pockets. Okay. Now, I don't have my straps and stuff because I haven't cut them off the pages yet. All right. This one, I think I kind of like the way that's about right there. And look, I already have a crease in both of them. So, I think that's where I'll go. I'll go right through there. If I could see the line. And 2. Then I went crooked. I now have my straps for my book. Let me give this a little bit of a fold while it's open. Get this one the same size. Okay, so they're both like that. Go trim this up a smidge. Another thing too, if you want to do this in the faux leather, I have a ton of tutorials on my TikTok account. Same name, Junk Journaling in the Man Cave. I haven't been on Instagram in a while, so you'd be better off trying to find me over on TikTok. That. Okay, let's see. That's going to be that pocket. Trim that in just a little bit more. That's going to be this pocket. And then we have the flap. So the flap needs to be right about here. There's that spare part. Go ahead and trim it. And no, I'm not worried if it's super straight or anything like that, because I do plan to decorate and add things to all this. So I kind of like the way that will come out. Like it's kind of, yeah, kind of rounded a little bit. Let me see if I can copy that on this one. Let's see here. It's another thing too about working with brown paper. It's very, very forgiving. Okay, I think that's good. And just around it just a little bit there at the top. Okay, these will be going up. These will be coming down. And they will also be folded in. Okay, that leaves our little book section here. It's my pages. Here's my spare parts from where I was trimming. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this little bit off of here. Straighten it up a little bit. And I'm going to attach this to the inside here as I'm decorating. So I'm not doing it right now. I'm not gluing anything or taping or any of that. I'm just getting this set up for the way I want it. And that's going to be like that. Then we have our two pieces we can use for the strap and the piece and a tuck spot in the back. Let me get a little bit of this mess up here. Okay, I'm thinking that's going to look really good in my book. Let me see. Yes, and now that since I have a whole new supply of the brown paper, I can make myself a cover for this little journal. Now this, I'm going to put this in here somewhere. I have these pockets here. So as you can see, it's definitely going to fit, you know, real nice in any place I decide to put it. This, I'm going to keep this section light because it's just sewn in daintily, I guess you could say. I have these sections. I also have the second pack of these papers that came in, and they are right here. As I was looking, I said I do like this watercolor kind of in this. The perfume matches. This matches. It's just a matter of which one do I want to use, because I still have, on this section, I still have all this other room. I can see and this is parchment paper, by the way. I can see that over top. That makes a beautiful overlay. Then I have the graph paper, which takes me to some line. I know it is vertical, but it doesn't matter. A white sheet, and then this. So keeping this very feminine in this section. So I don't know. Do I put that down? Let me see if I can find right quick the other watercolor. I got these packs off Temu, just in case you were wondering. Let's see. What's in here? We got those. I like this a lot. Here's the second one of that. I also have these. I need to do some, and these. There's 4 papers in between the 2 packs that will make a fantastic little something. And then naturally the other watercolor isn't in here. So I'm going to track it down. It's got to be right here somewhere. Let's see. Where would you be? Oh, I know where it would be. I think. Is it that one? Let me see. I don't mean to be boring, y'all. Maybe it's not this one. Okay, maybe it's the pink. Hang on. I also have the lilies. Okay, so both of those are the wrong packs. Let's try this one. I also still have her that I like to do something with in here too. So we got tons of things to play with. Oh yeah, that might be stuck in here somewhere. And then there's the second pink. These are some beautiful papers. I'm gonna have to do a little ode to the blossom in my little book here. Let me see that with her. Not bad. The pink. Yeah, definitely have to do something. And then I did not see the entire reason for me to be digging through here. Natural. Okay. Leave those 2 out. Where would you be if you're not here? I got a whole slew of stuff right here, y'all. I like this green, but it looks like something I would have done with some crayons. Which is nothing wrong with it. Some are gonna be in here. that one too. I don't think there's anything pink in here. Plus, I have a whole nother pack of papers I haven't even opened yet. Yeah, it's not in here. It is officially MIA. I do like that. Okay. Francois agrees. Okay, so it's not there, not there, not there. I don't know what happened to it. It would have to be right here. Somewhere. And it's not there, not there, not there. Not there. Alright, look, I also have Lavender Dew. These are the Halloween banners I just got. And then I have this. I have some mushroom houses. This is a fantastic little set if you get a chance. Temu. The only name description I found that it has on there I can make sense out of is botany. Is the thing on the sticker here. It has stickers. It has the part that you could actually use if you wanted to make this a journal itself. It has several divided pages. It has several full background pages. It has a few pieces that were actually like printed on photo paper. Fantastic. It's got fussy cuts. It's got a couple things, stickers. Great thing to have. So, and no, I'm not promoting them. I'm not getting paid to say that. I'm just letting you know. Okay. Put this up here. Let me see. Ah, look what else I found. I bet it's in these. Ah, there we go. Found it. Found both of them. Found 3 of them. Found that. And that. And these. Okay. Good deal. See, I knew they were right here somewhere. Keep the pinks too. Keep her over here. Right. So, I could quite literally do I like that with the pink. With the pink. So, which pink did I use? The sparkly fun pink. That one. Let's see. There we go. Could do that there. Kind of leads us into the off-white, coffee stained, pinky things. Back out to the perfumey. I have these. Another spare. Okay, good. Good deal. Put it in her so it don't get lost again. And then I have these. I need to see if anything I have in here. I think this is mostly kitchen type things. Dishes, coffee cup, teacups and things. Let's see what we got. Fantastic, right? Yeah, some kitchen detail. Ooh, I like that. I like that. And that. I like that one a lot. These will come in handy, especially for, these are fussy cuts. So are these, there's no perforations or anything, as are the rest of these. So, in case you were wondering what that little set was like, because I do know, some of the people on Temu, or I should say companies, they're not really showing what's in the kits anymore. They're just showing you like the front page and calling it good. Alright, so this is going to be going in here behind this guy with my little book. Okay, close this up, get it out of the way. And that leaves me to decorate and have fun with this. Now, I could do a real quick, small, easy, breezy, like I said, a type of faux leather. So where this looks like a little leather book. Whether you would want to do the inside pages for that, I don't know. However, if you have some, you know, some coffee paper or other things, these were, this was an experiment. And I like the way the green came out on the edges. There's a tutorial on my TikTok for that. Otherwise, you can always use regular off-white or white paper, whatever floats your boat. I have some white paper from Food Bag. I have to cut around the grease spots. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely have some nice coffee papers. These were dried on, you know, a rack in the oven. So we have lines in case we want them on these. So someone asked me earlier on TikTok, actually, how I did my coffee dye because they had tried doing it and they weren't getting enough color. Again, I have a couple of tutorials on my TikTok account, same name, that show how to do it with coffee, how to do it with tea, how to do it with food coloring, especially the gel. The ones that most people are familiar with if they go to actually decorating a cake. Okay, I'm not going to bring up any names, but any food coloring actually would work. So there you go. I need to decorate. I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I think this would look really good in a faux leather. So I'm going to remove my pages. Put all that aside. These would have to be in the leather too to kind of make it look something like a little wallet. Figure out what I'm going to do with those. This is going to be on the inside. Do I want it brown paper leather look? Yeah, maybe so. As with this, it's going to go, it might go, I should say, on the back to kind of give me a tuck spot back there and to hide the back of my closure, I guess you could call it. I'm just straightening this thing up, so it would go back here, the band that would wrap around. Let me see, let me show you. This would go here, these are going to go up, these are going to come down, this is going to fold in. It would kind of look like a little money belt, right? Like that. Our little tab, it's going to be attached back here to come around like this. This can come over and give that a place to tuck in, keep it closed. But on the back here, what I can do is, you know, make another little tuck thing. I think I might have trimmed this one too short, or I can leave it, you know, it depends. How am I going to attach that? I don't know yet. I do know it needs to go on the back of the center here. So like using a rivet or a brad or anything might, you might have to interfere with it in here. So gluing or sewing might be your best options. It's entirely up to you how you want to do yours. So I am going to do a small faux leather one-page wonder. Didn't think I would ever do something like that, but here we go. I'm going to make sure I'm going to do my little pieces. You know what? That one might do goodness inside. And then, let me see, hold that up a minute. And this one could probably get away with it on the back. Yeah. Because my little tab thing here is going to be right about there. So, alright. Anything you want leather, you need to get it. You can spray it with a water sprayer. Just run a damp cloth over it. And then you're going to come back with some hair conditioner. Yes, hair conditioner. Pantene, you know what I'm talking about, like you use on your head. You're going to do, maybe mix it with a little bit of water. And it does not have to be Pantene. Any cheap hair conditioner. I was just using that brand because everybody knows it's, you know, for your head. And you're going to soften this. And then you're going to let it dry. After that, you can come back with your acrylic colors or your inks. Once it's dry, you can make it any color you want. I usually do acrylic paints mixed with a little bit of water and kind of just stain it up a little bit to the color that I want. The best one I've done so far was an Oxblood journal. And if you give me a second, I'll show you how it turned out. Okay, so this is the Faux Oxblood leather I did. It is made from a paper bag, believe it or not. I did this a while back. I still haven't played in it or anything. It's the inside. And it's got, you know, just some different kinds of papers in it. I love this paper here. I got it off of Temu. They call it rice paper, but it's not the same. And yes, I beaded this so that it's all nice and wobbly. But yeah, I like that. I think that would look really good, especially in that little book. Of course, the little book might look really good with this. And to get this color, I used red, a little bit of green, and a little bit of violet. Actually, I used a lot of red. I think I also might have used a medium brown. And I just did different types, different, you know, different reds. So, but yeah, if you want to know what faux leather from a paper bag looks like when it's done, here you go. Okay, guys, I'm going to get going. I'm taking my husband out to eat tonight. I'll see y'all later.